like a lady.
Purpose is not just about success and achievements. It's walking in the very reason you were created. A woman working in purpose is unstoppable. She builds, influences, and transforms the very world around her. Here on Lady Like a Lady, we bring real conversations that inspire, challenge, and equip you with the right tool to thrive. From powerful stories to expert insights and mentorship opportunities, this is your space to grow and own your journey. My name is Adiswa Brown. I'm your host, your sister, your greatest cheerleader, and sometimes your biggest wake-up call. Join us every Sunday for transformative conversations that inspires and challenge you. It's time to be all that God created you to be, and most importantly, be that lady just like the lady in Proverbs 31. Welcome to Lady Like a Lady, and this is the Women's Teams Podcast. I'll see you on the other side.
Lady like a lady.
Wow, welcome to another beautiful episode of Lady Like a Lady, where we have conversations that inspire, challenge you, and equip you with the right tool to thrive. Now, today, of course, I'm your host, Adiswa Brown, and today we're looking at really a very beautiful topic. Could it be a function of your skill or something else? Now, I have a very important guest that's going to help us uncover this mystery. I've done all the work. I'm focused and ambitious, delivered my result, yet promotion seems to be far away. Let's meet our guests. We'll be right back.
Lady like a lady.
Wow, welcome back. It's really so good to have you here today. I'm super excited, man.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
Wow. Okay, now let's start. You're a powerhouse in your field. But before we get there, the topic says, after doing all the work, you've delivered, you've done all the paperwork, you're diligent, you're ambitious, you're always meeting targets. And yet it seems like promotion is not knocking on your door. Have you ever been in that position? I know you've grown past that. Mm-hmm. Was there ever a time in your life where you had to navigate, that phase, and how did you overcome it?
Okay. Yes, there was a time where I was in that space where it seemed like I had done everything. I was dotting my I's, I was crossing my T's, I was being proactive, I was being overly diligent. And then, of course, natural thing is you're expecting to get a promotion at work. Okay, something happens. But then the first promotion list comes out, your name is not there. The second one comes out, your name is not there. What crossed my mind at that point was, then it's time to move from here.
Okay.
Maybe there's just no way up here anymore. It's time for me to move out so that I can move up, because there seems to be some sort of ceiling here. It might not be a function of my job or how I do it. Sometimes it's just a function of the time. Your time here is done. Okay. Move out and then move up. And until I did that, I felt stagnated. There was nothing there was nothing I did that seemed to qualify me for promotion, and I couldn't get it. And then, because what happens is, if you don't move out, then you begin to get disgruntled. You begin to start to complain. You become unhappy. It's reflecting on your job. For me, it's just time to move out. Just move out of that place and then move to somewhere else where you would get that recognition that it seems was a bit evasive where you currently are. That's what I did, actually. It was time, and then I moved out.
Okay, now let's talk about, we're going to get to that thing you said. Okay, let's just talk about it first before I ask you the next question. So must every lady move out? You've been in a place for years and you've put all the things in place and the promotion is not coming. Is the next line of action to move out?
Well, maybe not.
Okay.
If you're not the one moving out, somebody has to move out. Because I said that to you.
Oh my God.
Okay, all right. I wanted to be the top of, I was in the legal department.
Okay.
And my aspiration at the point was to become the company secretary. I was doing everything. Because at a point, the person holding that office got tired of holding the office. But you know the thing about in some like PLCs, there's some principal officers. So she moved to operations, but somehow she retained that office. That's why I said, if you're not moving out, then somebody has to move out. I realized that until she leaves that office, there's no going up for me there. If she doesn't move out, because she did technically she was moved to operations, but she retained that office.
That position. Okay.
I was doing all the work, but I wasn't in that office.
Yes.
The other thing for me to do, since she was not moving out, is for me to move out to somewhere else. So that's why if you're not moving out, then somebody has to move out to create that space where you're anticipating to move to. Because if it's saturated at the top, somebody has to leave there, really, for you to then attain that place. So if it seems that nobody seems to be moving, move out.
Okay, now, what do you think are the reasons why people, maybe ladies, but because this is for ladies, why they don't get promoted even after doing all the necessary work? Now, that's one. Another thing, is it okay to ask the management, I think I deserve a promotion, or just wait to be seen?
Okay. Over time, having worked for, I don't know, I've realized that at a particular level, your qualifications don't move you anymore. Don't give you that leap or that move that you want. Soft skills do. Do you have soft skills? Are you emotionally intelligent? At a point, it's not about, I have a master's degree, I have this. Sometimes it's just your soft skills. How well are you able to read a room when you walk into a room? How well are you able to read your line manager, to understand? It's sometimes about the soft skills. It's not about your qualification. I said that, okay, for example, when I got this job, when I got in, I then understood that there were a lot of other persons vying for the same office. Some, I understand, had foreign degrees, had, name it. Some even came with escorts. Some came with letters or cards. I only went there, I think maybe with the grace of God, really, or with the name. I just went in the name of the Lord, really. And then with the grace of God, I didn't know the person. I didn't know that man. In fact, when I was asked to make my CV, I was grumbling, like, I really didn't want to go into that industry. Like, I beg. I didn't want to go. But then submit your CV. And then I remember my first interview with him. It didn't seem like an interview to me because I was talking. I didn't want to be boxed into that place where you feel like this is an interview, so you're trying to impress. I was my normal self. At a point, the man was talking to me, and then he was going like this,
Looking at you.
And I too. I also was going that way, like, what are you looking at? They look at my face like, what happened? As I was moving like that, I too was like, okay.
Was that on purpose?
What he did or what I did?
No, what he did.
I don't know why he did what he did.
Okay.
But my natural self, I don't like to be stiff. Ordinarily, I would have just stayed and be like, but as he moved me, I also like, and it was supposed to be an interview. And I moved, and when I said, sir, what are you? And it happened to be my earrings.
Okay. Oh.
Now, you were just wondering why I had how many earrings on one side. And I said, I've worn that since I was in university.
Oh, I see.
And then I was chatting with him. The way I was speaking with him, you would think I had met him like years before. But that was my first time meeting him. So it's not all about the qualification. Sometimes we even need to work on like I said, your ability to just very soft skills that nobody teaches. There's no school for it. Sometimes they want to go to poise and try to learn, but sometimes it just comes innately. You just have to know. There's some very those innate things that you just have to know. Qualifications, yes, can get you so far. Because, for example, to occupy my office, it requires that you must have a particular certification. If you don't have that, that knocks you off straight up. But you can have that. But at some point, add on these other things. Add them on. Be deliberate about them. Know when to speak. know how to read a room, know how to read even body languages, communicate with be able to just understand your environment without being vocal or without being nobody telling you that you should do this, or you just those for me, that's what worked for me really.
Okay.
The ability to just be emotionally intelligent, know just those very, very soft skills that really nobody teaches you. You just have to just know when to use that, know when to brandish your certificates, and then know when to be soft on your skills. And
Okay. So are you saying that is this also okay to go at the management like, I think I demand a promotion after doing everything?
it will depend on your management.
Okay.
Some managements are very, how will I put it, not very amenable to that. Come and talk to me about promotion. That's why that's why I said being emotionally intelligent. You have to understand the organization where you work, how they work, what what you could do or say that could just, instead of moving you forward, could now stagnate you. There's some offices that you go and say that you're going to remain in that position for the next how many years. Nobody's going to talk to you, and they won't let you know that it's because of that question you asked. Honestly, you will remain there. There's some other offices that are more, you can go and meet your line manager. After appraisal, I've gotten 90 something in my appraisals, quarter on quarter. Is there anything? But then, okay, it depends on how you ask the question.
Okay.
If you're asking from a point of, I'm entitled to it, some management may not, what's wrong with this one? When did she come? But if you're asking from a place of, because I want to improve, I'm looking for, is there anything I need to work on? Do I have areas of improvement? So you've done my appraisal quarter on quarter. Do you think there are areas that I need to improve on? If it's a line manager that is very open and not very some kind of way, they'll tell you, oh, this area and that area. Sometimes you can say something without saying it. Instead of being all direct, I deserve a promotion. I've gotten 90% in 4 of my appraisals. Soft skill, just look for somewhere, say something. Do you understand? Yeah. Think of some way else to say the same thing, but without actually saying it. So your line manager can, okay, this area, and then take it, whatever the feedback. Don't, maybe if you're feeling a bit, don't let it show your job. Don't let it show your job, because really, line managers read, for me, I read it up like, once you and your acting attitude, or when they give you work, do this, and then you give 2-3 seconds before you now respond. It's not necessary, especially in the workplace, because when they mean you to stagnate you in some places, they would do that. They would. They will keep you in a particular level, and then when you get tired, you can as well excuse the system. But that's why I say it depends on how you ask your questions and then who you ask. So in your organization, understand the system, understand who to talk to, understand who not to talk to.
Oh, there are people not to talk to.
Yes. There are conversations you can have with some people. There are conversations you dare not. Not because, but just know that thing, as you have said it, these are the lift it and go and tell whoever it is. You understand? There's some people you can confide in.
Yes.
To an extent. Because even at work, really, nobody there is your friend. So there's some people you can talk with, confide some kind of things to. There's some people, please don't bother. Don't bother, because your progress is not actually on their agenda. So don't bother. Do you understand? So that's it for me. It's a function of how you ask.
Okay. Sometimes,
really, you can ask without asking the main question. Just for me now, I can't walk up to my line manager or my chairman and say, sir, I've been here now for 2 years. I deserve a promotion. It can't happen. I can't. For me, just see it that way, man. Just be diligent. Just be there, doing what you're supposed to do. You can ask in any other way. If I want to go and meet my chairman now, what I'm saying to him is, sir, this. Is there any way, any area you think I can improve on, and whatever? He gives you feedback. Just turn around and leave. Because somehow it registers in their minds. They know.
Okay.
They know. But you just have to, there's a period of, another thing I think I understand that's happening sometimes is people don't know how to wait. People don't have this stickability of being, wait. Because sometimes when you move out, you can also move out too quick, just about when something is about to happen. And then you are gone. And then they're like, she left, we would have promoted her next month, but then you're retired, you've left this month. So it's all about, it's all encompassing, really. Understand the system, understand the timing of the spirit as well. No, are you praying about it? What is God saying to you about it? Is it time to move? There are times when, if you're really in tune with the Spirit of God, you would know when this place, there's nothing remaining here, get out and move out. There was a time when the Spirit of God will tell you, wait. You're praying and you're not hearing any go out. The Spirit of God is not saying move out.
Wait.
But while you're there, make sure that you're learning. Make sure that you're improving. Make sure, sometimes offer to do something, like when they're looking for who to handle something. Please, I'm available to do it. And take it on. Take it on. It might be a bit, but because you understand, what I try to do sometimes is I try to make myself, even though they will say nobody's indispensable, but then I try to be relevant.
Okay.
There's hardly anything going on in the office that I don't want to be a part of, or I am not a part of indirectly. It's either your agreements are getting to me, and I'm calling to understand what's going on so I can review appropriately, or I'm being made part of a committee, so in that way, you understand the entire system as you move along. At a point in time, the system itself will understand that, this person is very relevant too. She's here. They can't if you ever come around and say, they have an inkling of, this person might be leaving, they don't want to hear that. But if you're now, because they're not promoting me, and then you're now stuck with, they said I should only do this, and then that's all you do every day. You just do it. Once it's 5 o'clock, you pick your things and you go. Promotion is far. It's very far from you because, it's very far. You're the 5 o'clock staff. You have gone.
Okay, so are you saying that it's not okay to leave at 5? Because sometimes, I think that people that stay longer than 5 are just overdoing it sometimes. So are you saying it's not okay to leave at 5 when I've done all the things I need to do?
I'm not saying that. For me, it depends on the level of responsibilities you're handling.
Okay.
Because there's some times where you can't say you didn't deliver on something because you had to leave at 5. Because for me, the higher you want to go, the more responsibilities, yes, and the more sacrificial you should be, actually, honestly. The higher you go, that's why when they say, what's that saying, lies the head that wears the crown. Yes, because if you want to make progress, you want to move, you want to be up there, you can't pick up your bag at 5 o'clock. Sometimes. There are times when, of course, maybe you've done everything, there's really nothing pending, there's no reports, there's no whatever. Of course. It closes at 5. I don't leave at 5. Exactly. Because I have attained a particular position, at best, give it 30 minutes. Give it a 45 minutes. For me, I never leave the office at 5, even if I'm not doing anything or I feel I've finished everything. Because for me, I don't see myself as every other staff. No, I'm not. Do you understand? Not that I can't get up, leave my office at 4, pick up my bag, but I don't even do that as well. Because I understand that the more responsibilities are committed to your trust, you should be able to be sacrificial.
That's all
That's all for the day for work. I put in that extra 1 hour, 2 hours, and then get ahead on whatever assignments I have. So when I come to work the next day, and somebody's asking me, what's the update on this report? I'm not saying, actually. because sometimes there's no room for excuses. Nobody has time for that. There was a day my chairman was telling me something. There was something he asked me to do. He was giving an instruction, and then I said to him, "Okay, sir, I'll do my best." I left. 2 days later, he called me back. He said there was something I said the other day, and he wants to correct that thing. I was wondering, what did I say? What did I say? He said he called me the other day and he asked me to do something, and I said to him, "I'll do my best." And I was looking at him like, "I'll do my best." As in, like, he said, "No, you don't say that. You just say, I'll get it done." And I said, "Why?" And he said to me, "Because your best might actually not be my best. Because you could have put in your best and didn't get it done. And when I asked you, say, I tried my best, sir. I tried all I could. Was it done? No. Did you put in your best? Yes." And he says, "No. If I tell you to do something tomorrow, just tell me. I'll get it done, sir. Because when you go about, I'll put in my best. I'll do my best." He said sometimes your best actually may not get that job done. And then you are under the excuse of, I put in my best. And this was all my best could come up with. And he says it's not acceptable to him. So I learned that when he calls me to do something, I go say, "Okay, sir, I'll get it done." And I actually get it done. Because I don't want that excuse of saying, I didn't do it, I put in my best.
Wow, amazing. So, you've heard from our guest. There's more. If you're not getting the promotion, check. It's not about the competence. Sometimes it's about the confidence and those beautiful, amazing soft skills. And if you're wondering what are these soft skills, that's the reason why you should join our amazing community where we're set to mentor ladies that are striving to be their very best self. Now, one final word to our viewers before they go on how to, just 2 punchline on how to be strategic for promotion.
If you want to be strategic for promotion, like I said earlier, understand the environment where you work. Understand the environment where you work. Sometimes what works in company A will not work in company B at all. It won't. And like I said earlier, soft skills. Know when to speak, know when not to. Know when to ask a question, know when not to ask a question. So I think that's just it for me, really. The other things are, basic, or work hard, put in this, get that done. But then there's some very things that are.
Yes. Thank you so much. There's some extent that your certification, qualification can take you, but you see those soft skills, they can take you anywhere. Okay, so before we say a final goodbye, it's our custom to always thank our beautiful and amazing guests for always coming on our show. Thank you so much for coming.
This is so pretty.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right, that's all that we can take on Lady Like a Lady on this beautiful episode. Please do well to like, comment, share, and of course subscribe so you can be updated when we have more episodes for you. Adiswa Brown is my name, and I'll see you again next week. Bye for now.
Lady like a lady.